What's up, guys? So today I want to do a video about basically a beginner's guide to catching mahi and yellowfin tuna. I know more and more people are starting to get into the whole offshore fishing, this, that, and the other, and they really don't know, or they might know, and they read all sorts of stuff online on what to do and what not to do. And I figure I can kind of just go over what I use and what I'm trolling with and how I troll and what time of the year, and I'll show you guys kind of my rod setups and stuff. And obviously the boat, we're fishing a 28-foot contender, which might not everybody have that and be able to go as far, but you guys with your bay boats and stuff that can go 30 miles 20 miles and get into the dolphin grounds. So I'm gonna kind of go over just lures, rods, reels, all that good stuff, water temp, anything like that, and kind of just hopefully help some people out that are just getting into fishing. So I'm gonna go inside and kind of go over everything, and hope you guys enjoy and can learn and take something from it. Alrighty. All right, guys, so here we are. I'm gonna kind of go through what lures I use and what lures work, and mainly this is going to be more of like a how-to for mahi for beginners. I mean, it's not really much to it. I'm just going to show you what I like to troll and what works. So I like to troll these poppers right here, nice and blue and white. It's got a big old popping head, and what I do there is I like to put, when I'm doing my mahi, I like to have those on my outriggers. That way they're out on the outside of my whitewash doing a nice good popping, psh, psh, and really gets the dolphins attention, and they can see from a good ways away. And then so another color I like is my red and blacks. So with this one, what it is I built this actually into a daisy chain, and I have to get it all unraveled here. Hold on one second, let's see if we can't get this thing unraveled while I got this set up like that. See what we got here, and I kind of show you guys what's up with this thing. So what this is I got these little squids you can buy from Bass Pro, and then I take a crimp and I crimp them so they can't slide down the line. And what that mimics is a bigger fish chasing littler fish, and it's called a daisy chain. You can buy them pre-made or you can make them yourself, but I like to put a big old popper on that as well. Kind of really shows. I'll show you what size hooks we're using here. We use a big old long shank hook so that we can really get down the ballyhoo, and these get rigged on ballyhoo. And I can go more into detail on this on a different video, but I'm not going to really like build rigs or nothing today. So I use these springs, and it takes place of a copper wire going around the nose, and that kind of secures the ballyhoo's head. And then this lure, this is more or less a big tuna lure for yellowfin. It's a Yozuri. It's the Bonita. It's about, I think it's like the 7.5-inch one. I like to troll that off the back corner, and it does really good. I like to have about 3 of these on the boat. Typically just troll one at a time, and then maybe just a little feather skirt or something. But we like to troll about 4 lines for dolphin. If the more experienced you get, the more lines you can troll. You do 5, 6, stuff like that. So now let me show you pretty much my rod setup. So typically, since we're mainly targeting yellowfin, we're using the TLD 50s 2-speeds, and then we got some 80 wides as well. And on this one, I'm just 60-pound test. Moi Moi's high catch is all I'm really running on it. And I like to set my drag on my reels to where we never go past strike, so it's kind of foolproof. And then you just do your 20%. You want to do about 20% of whatever your line test is, so that's your breaking strength. So if this is 60-pound, I think I got these on like 12 max, so the drag will never be tighter than 12 pounds. So you should never ever lose a fish. I mean, yeah, they might pull a little bit more, might take a little bit longer to get them in the boat, but other than that, you should be able to just fight the fish just fine, and it shouldn't be an issue, and you'll get them in. But like I said, I love to troll blue and white. That's my favorite. It seems like it's just a good color. We get a lot of fish on them. I use these bags right here. This kind of helps hold my stuff. So like I said, what you want to really do is, we fish Florida's East Coast, so I like to go on the edge of the Gulf Stream. If as long as I'm not going tuna fishing and I'm hanging out over here, I like to go on the edge of the Gulf Stream, find a good rip or weed line, and troll it. I mean, you do that, you're going to catch dolphin 99% of the time once they're here. You know, you're looking for like a 78-degree water temp, something like that. You're looking for just structure, flying fish, anything like that. I mean, if you have a 21-foot boat to 25, you should have no issues getting out there on it. Obviously, you got to pick your days on when it's a little bit rougher. You want to look for, you know, a good wind, you know, not so much the sea height or whatever. I go off of just wind 90% of the time. So if it's a 15-knot day and it's saying it's 2 to 3, I'm not going. That's just too rough. I'm not doing it. It's just, I don't want to go out there and get beat up. But if it's saying 4 to 5 with a 1 to 5 knot wind, I'm going, because that's just a big old swell typically, you know. So that's kind of where I stand on the whole seas and NOAA apps and weather and this, that, and the other. Just watch your winds. That's what you want to do. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up. I mean, like I said, this is just something to get these beginners out there, get them out on the fish. You're going to be successful if you do it enough times and long enough. Don't give up. I mean, you find you a good rip or a weed line, troll it for 5 hours if you got to, and you're going to eventually get something, you know. And there's plenty of how to rig ballyhoos and all that kind of stuff, like how to rig videos. I'm not doing all that today. I'm just kind of showing you what colors, what water temp to look for, you know. Anything from a TLD 25 to a TLD 30 typically you can use. I mean, I've seen people, and those are just lever drags. You can use old Senator if that's all you got. There's no rhyme or reason. 4 rods. If you don't got outriggers, stick your rods in the kingfish holders. I mean, you're gonna catch the fish. So we're getting there. About April, mid-April, beginning of May, should fire up really good around here. And then depending on where you're from, you know, obviously it could vary. So you guys tight lines and catch them up, man. That's all I got on this video. I just, like I said, just want to give a good rundown on beginners getting offshore. Just some, you know, this isn't for the experienced dudes that have been doing it for 35 years or this or that, and I'm sure there's 55 other ways on doing things. So this is how I do it. It's pretty much foolproof. Go out there, catch fish. All right, guys. Catch y'all on the next one.